Ever since I was young, I've always been fascinated by the idea of creating something out of nothing. And since then, it's turned into a passion for telling stories and creating media out of those stories and getting it to the audience that needs to hear it. In 2020, I was kept at home, alone, doing nothing, just like everyone else. And the only form of entertainment that I had was online school, and that was horrendous. And so I turned to creating YouTube skits. I put in as much production value as I could into these videos. I really put in my all. I tried to get the best camera I could. I scripted the videos. I got costumes. I would set up these intricate camera setups because I didn't have a tripod at the time, so I had to kind of get creative. And this is kind of the seed for me telling stories that I want to tell and creating media from those stories, whether or not I'm good at it. I just have a passion for making something and doing something with that and telling stories that need to be told. And obviously YouTube skits are not stories that need to be told, but they're stories that I, at the time, wanted to tell. In January of 2021, about 6 months to a year after I finished creating my YouTube skits, I decided to start a podcast. I kept it up as a weekly podcast for a year and a half, and eventually in the last few months of the podcast, it was a bi-weekly podcast where I posted Monday and Thursday. And for me, that was a lot of effort. I self-taught myself how to edit audio. I spent so many hours trying to perfect the sound that I wanted to get. Although the podcast wasn't my own creative stories and it wasn't my own creative product, the effort and the passion that I put into creating the audio itself and to editing it really shows just what I wanted to do with it. Ever since I stopped doing my podcast in about June of 2022, I've taken every opportunity I could in class to create media for assignments. I had a couple of opportunities to do that in senior year of high school, but I think the most obvious is Comms 239, where essentially every assignment in that class is a video. Ultimately, I just want to learn how to tell stories in any medium, whether it be written, audio, or video formats.